Left.
All right, well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hennessy Performance League YouTube channel. We're here for the SEC title game. We have the Texas A&M Aggies taking on the Ole Miss Rebels. Both teams sitting at 11-1 on the year. Both teams locked into the playoffs already, but obviously the SEC championship is a prize in its own as Jackson looks to go back-to-back with the Ole Miss Rebels. First trip here for the Aggies in HPL history, as a couple of head coaches that they've had couldn't stick around, but Crinkler's got this team playing good ball, and they are here in Atlanta. Joining me in the booth today is Slick NASCAR.
Hello. How are you lovely people from Atlanta?
Yes.
Yeah, this game should be, like you said, this game should be interesting. Both teams are, I believe Ole Miss is actually coming off a loss to their rival Mississippi State, if I'm not wrong on that one. I believe by 1 point. Other than that, though, Ole Miss has been playing great all year, coming 11-1. A&M playing great as well. Gavin, a.k.a. Crinkly, is he's come into this franchise or dynasty. He was, not known, and well, he's kind of put himself on the map, if you ask me. I mean, he's has his team second ranked in the country, and now fighting for an SEC title game. So I am very curious to see how this game plays out for both.
Yeah, and also joining us up in the booth is KU, and we will have sideline commentary from Electric. But KU, talk us through this game. What are the keys to success, and who do you think is going to come out on top?
I'd probably say I'd lean towards Ole Miss in this game. I'd watch. I think it's going to be one of those games where both teams are going to try to control the clock, and whoever can run the ball better, honestly, and be more efficient in that part of the game, I think is probably the one that has the advantage.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll get right into the action as Wegman's going to hand off to Moss. Moss going to have a gap, going to get 9. Le'Veon Moss having a monster season so far for this Texas A&M Aggie ball club. He really did a lot of carrying, especially in the last 2 games at home against Mississippi State and then on the road against Texas, as he was able to have big games and they were able to get the win in those 2. Only blemish on the year comes to the Florida Gators, who have been red hot after dropping back-to-back home games in the middle of the season, and they have not seen a blemish since, as Moss going to get pulled down in the backfield there. But like we said, Ole Miss sitting at 11-0 before the Golden Egg came back home to Starkville, Mississippi, but now they sit at 11-1. Both of these teams are probably going to be in unless some weird thing happens by the playoff committee, as the crossover route is going to be another first down for Texas A&M.
That was a nice mesh concept there.
That's a good play call there. You got 2 drags running across the field and kind of opened up the one of the drag routes and an easy first down for the Aggies. And you see Ruben Owens. There he goes.
There he goes. The 2-headed monster that the Aggies have at running back.
Hail State mentioned, not only do you have Le'Veon Moss, but you have sophomore Ruben Owens behind him, and yeah, that's a pretty dynamic 1-2 punch in the backfield. So not only do you have to contain Moss, but you got to watch out for Ruben Owens as well, number 2.
As we have the Aggies down near their only goal line. 1st and 10 with the ball on the 13-yard line. Connor Wegman, the RPO, is going to go out to the screen.
Yep,
that is the Thoreauman, and he's going to get in the end zone. So Texas A&M will strike first blood here, hitting the gritty as the Aggies go up 6-0 on the Rebels.
Yeah, I think one of the things you got to watch facing Jackson and Ole Miss is he loves to bring a lot of pressure, and some of those screens sometimes can get him caught out of position, and just like he did right there.
Yeah, I can agree. So we're actually gonna send it down to Electric there. He's ran over to the A&M sideline. As Electric, how's that A&M team feeling down there after running it down for the opening touchdown of the game?
Yeah, man. I mean, they're jumping around pretty happy right now after a very good start. They doing really good running the ball and getting out RPOs, and especially because they're underdog team. They in this SEC championship, they're doing pretty good right now.
Oh, got number 69 back here.
As we see,
I
Michael
got
Boger recently
Michael
changed to
Boger
number
early.
69. There was a controversy after that, so he's going to take the ball himself here. He's going to make a man miss, and he's going to be pulled down past the first down marker. Yeah, Michael Boger went to his coach before the Egg Bowl and wanted to change numbers. And after the performance in which he threw a pick six late in the game that let the Bulldogs take the lead, and then failed to get the signal from the sideline to spike the ball to set up a potential game-winning field goal. Coach Altman had some words about that in the post-game presser. So people wondered if there had been tension in the Ole Miss locker room between the coach and the quarterback leading up to this one. But so far, he seems like he is on point here in this heavy formation as he's taken 2 straight runs for positive gains.
Jackson Allman is the best troller in HPL, so it's really no
Look at
surprise,
this,
I
a little
guess.
speed option, gonna pitch to the running back. There's the receiver Wells. My apologies. There's what are some Hail State KU? What are some keys for A&M here on defensively to contain this high-powered Ole Miss offense and win this game?
Got to be able to stop the run.
Yep. I think that's the biggest key, as I said at the top, is if you can shut the running game down and make them get into obvious passing situations. I think that's the way to do it.
I agree with you on that one. Is
Definitely.
Boger with a nice run there. 1st and 10 for the Rebels, the Aggie 34-yard line.
We see them running out of this formation with they got 2 tight end blockers, and Boger's going to keep it again. Been very active here on this first drive, and he's going to get a gain of 5 on this one. He's
going to fumble at some point if he keeps doing this. But
I do think that you got to remember to put on conservative ball carrier if you are Jackson. And A&M going to shift into something, a little bit of a 4-4 formation here, trying to try something new.
You got 4 linebackers, 4 defensive tackles.
They will throw out of this one. The flat was open, but he rolled out the wrong way. That's Cassius Howell, the senior out of Missouri, bringing him down in the backfield, and it will bring up a 3rd and long. Let's see if the A&M defense can get off the field here.
Good adjustment there from the Aggies. That 4-4, I think, really confused the Rebels. Is now A&M's going to go back into their regular coverage here. Got a man in motion. It's going to be Owens, Boger motioning, audibling, making more play calls as you got Peyton Manning here at the line of scrimmage.
Yep. Going deep!
That's a pick.
Oh! He hangs on!
Behind him.
John Owens hangs on to the football through the contact, and that is a crushing first down.
What a wobbly throw out of Michael Boger. Wow. Holy
I was just about to say the ball came out like a sitting duck. Looked like it was destined for an interception. Owens hangs on, and the Rebels have a first down.
Owens in motion now, who just caught that.
Oh, what a move! Spin move for Owens, and he's in. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Words that a Mississippi State fan never wants to say, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, I was wondering if Ole Miss could call a non-Mickey play to start the game, and they just ran 2 in a row, so good for them.
Except we are in for a good one as we are. Now we're going to send it back to Electric, who ran back over to the Ole Miss sideline. Electric, how's Ole Miss doing down there, and what do they need to... What did they talk about defensively after that first drive?
Yeah, man, they was doing the exact same thing as Texas A&M after they seen them jumping around after they first touchdown. They proceeded to do the exact same thing. A little bit of taunting over here. It's pretty funny. But overall, they've been doing pretty good. But on the defensive side, that defensive coordinator was so mad, allowing them to run the ball down and throw. Oh! I'm gonna send it back up to y'all.
Electric, I got one more question before we let you go. Who is gonna win in a foot race between Avery Johnson and Michael Boger?
We we're not gonna say that. You know, we're gonna hit it back up to y'all, man. You know, we're gonna hit it back up to y'all.
You know,
if the playoff bracket held from this week, we might be able to find that out in round 2 as we see into the first quarter. As right now, Texas A&M would go. No, Kansas State would go to Texas A&M with the second round matchup against these Ole Miss Rebels. Of course, that could change if A&M was able to pull it off today, but they got a 3rd and 8 here on their own side of the field.
Big 3rd and 8 here if you're the Aggies at their own 27.
You got to think he's going to bring pressure here.
Gotta read where it's coming from.
This is a pressure down most of the time on 3rd down.
I think if you get some sort of deep crosser.
3 on the play clock.
Oh, that was a good user. Now Wegman's going to have to try to scramble. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to get the first. Can he hang on? Yes, he does. First down, Aggies. Good job by Connor Wegman to make Chris Paul miss a move that we rarely see Paul miss tackles in the open space.
Yeah, it's just a good heads-up play there from Wegman. Nothing was open. Took it himself, got the first down. Frustrated down for the Aggies as you see Moss getting to the edge. Tried to spin, but a good tackle there from the corner.
Yeah, moving on, Moss. 5 carries, 16 yards thus far. Of course, his partner in crime, Booman Owens, had the big one on the first drive. We'll see as A&M comes out in a power I formation. They've got a tight end to the right. They're going to hand off to Moss. Moss going to be contained there. Chris Paul brings him down. And another 3rd down. Another opportunity for the Rebels to get off the field here. We'll see what the play call is.
Again, I think you gotta expect man coverage. I think they'll probably bring some sort of pressure. So maybe some type of zig route here to the flat.
Owens now back into the game. Is it man in motion? Oh, they're gonna go a little touch here to Tease.
Touch pass. Can he fight for it? 4th and 1. Decisions. And we will stay on the field here with the Texas A&M Aggies.
Wegman, hurry up, trying to
They got a big play here if they want
to. Wegman, they're going to snap it.
Got him.
Got the corner going deep, and he's got him. Oh, no, in enemy territory now. First down, Texas A&M. Donovan Green making a big catch for his first one of the day.
Yeah, I was looking at the triangle. I think that might have been a touchdown, but either way, I got the first down, and here we go.
Wegman, a little QB power. There we go. He is hit hard by Caddy, the DB. Going to pick up 5. Going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 for the Aggies at the 23. Man in motion. Going to be not handed off. It's going to go to Moss, and that's going to be lucky enough to even get 1 yard out of that.
51 did a good job of bringing his blocker over to the side where Moss was hitting the hole. 71 needed to do a better job of sealing it off.
Yeah, I think again we're 3rd down, and you're probably gonna get man-to-man. I think some of these deep out routes, that's where I'm be looking.
Wegman,
he goes zone here.
He's in trouble. He's gonna step back. He's gonna throw it away.
He's smart there.
Probably
from
kick this one.
Yeah, 4th and 4.
Smart there from Wegman, not trying to force anything and take points.
Yep, he did it.
Kick is up. Kick is good. A&M regains the lead 10-7 here. We'll see what Ole Miss has to answer with here on offense. Now, they do get the ball back to start the second half, so in an ideal world, if you're a Rebel fan, you double up. Yeah, you get the touchdown, you run all the clock out, and you get it back second half up 4.
Well, we know what we're probably going to get here. We're probably going to get a lot of Michael Boger. So we'll see what happens.
2 running backs in the backfield. Owens gonna hand off to Owens. Owens, a good run. Gain of about 12 and a Ole Miss first down.
Owens does a nice job there of evading the big pack that was coming at him at the line of scrimmage. And Ole Miss has a fresh set of downs as they will line up in power formation again with Boger, 2 wide receivers out to his left. What will they do here? They're going to step back to throw. He's looking deep, but he's not going to get the chance. Brought down is Anai White.
I thought maybe he was going to take a shot deep on that streak route to the left, but didn't get the chance to get it off.
White, the senior out of Pennsylvania, just bull rushing his way through the offensive lineman.
And here we go, some pistol formation here. Ole Miss likes to run these formations with blockers out of the backfield. And they're going to play action fake here. Owens, never Owens. Boger in trouble again as he throws.
That's how you defend it. You got to get pressure right in his face and make him get it out of his hand. I don't think you drop back here in coverage. I think you come after him again. I
agree. Yeah, you know, young quarterback. He's only a freshman, and we see what happens when you pressure young quarterbacks in, you know, college. They tend to struggle under pressure.
Force him to make a throw here.
So 3rd and 15. Boger taking a while back behind in shotgun. Let's see what he's got. Play clock is ticking down now under 5. Boger going to snap it. He's looking. He's got the back out of the backfield. Owens pulls it down, and he's going to go down in enemy territory.
That's the only danger in man coverage is the back out of the backfield is really hard to defend in man coverage.
That's a nice route there. You know, they call that the little Texas route or the angle route.
Yeah.
Those always work, especially in man coverage. I mean, it's do or die. You have a linebacker on the back, and well, the running back won in that race.
What he did is they're going to come back to throw again. Owens wide open. He has no one but green grass in front of him. Touchdown, Ole Miss, and they will regain the lead.
A little taunting there from Owens, saying it's night time for the Aggies.
Honestly, not the worst outcome if you're the Aggies, especially considering that Mississippi's going to get the ball to start the second half. You know, you get the chance to drive down here and put up another score and put yourself in a good spot.
Kick it off. Almost going to kick it off, and it looks like it's going to be a touchback for the Aggies, who will start at the 25 with a minute 54 to go here in the half. Ole Miss just took the lead. They lead 14-10. We'll see what the Aggies can do here.
Here we go, Wegman. Pistol formation here. Handoff goes to Moss. Moss going to gain about 6, and it'll be 2nd and 4. So a good run to start off the drive for Connor Wegman, as he will draw back to throw. He's got a man down the left side, but the safety sees him, and he's tipped and intercepted. Stinson comes up with it, and he's taking it back on the other side, tiptoeing, and he's going to get hit out of bounds at the 28, and that is worst case scenario for Texas A&M.
He saw the press coverage, and he thought he had a shot, but man, the safety... He covered ground fast.
Great heads up play from the DB, batting it to his teammate so he can get the interception there.
So a little bit of a tip drill there, as Owen's going to get swallowed up.
Right. Think about a timeout here if you're A&M.
They will call it.
There you go.
That's what they're going to do. They heard you, KU in the booth, and they're like, oh, let's take a timeout here.
Yeah, it's a good decision.
Second and 11 for the Rebels.
Boger, now he's going to take off and run. He's going to get the first down.
That linebacker came flying, and he was lucky that he did not take a shot.
Boger does have some injury concerns coming into this game.
Yeah, he's going to be worn down.
Screen pass to Owens, and yet again, it's Reuben Owens.
That is a touchdown.
Burning this Texas Aggies, the Texas A&M Aggies defense.
Again, it goes. That's the worst case you wanted for A&M, knowing that Ole Miss gets the ball to start the second half, and now they're up 21-10.
Yeah, you gotta make something with this last 33 seconds here. Try to get into field goal range and make it a one-possession game again.
Aggies are gonna get it 33 seconds with 2 timeouts. I know it's doable. I mean, we see crazy crap happen in college football all the time, so we'll see what happens here with 33 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at some of these deep out routes and just hoping they play some man coverage, or you can find a hole in some of the zones. Some type of concept where you get some guy coming in and some guy going out.
Play clock got down to 1. Wegman, and they're going to try a screen pass their own to Moss. Moss going to get out of bounds after a gain of 8. Not bad for the first play of the drive. They need to throw the ball more downfield if they're going to get in position to get some points here.
Smart there by Moss to go out of bounds to save a timeout. Still got 2 remaining. 2nd and 2 now.
Wegman dropping back to throw. He's going to scramble out right. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to get out of bounds. So probably a smart decision there by Connor Wegman.
Oh yeah, I'm looking kind of what KU said. I'm looking for them to maybe, those out routes seem to be working. So I'm looking to see
they're
maybe
showing the
if they do
zone
an out
now.
route. We've just to take off and get a gain of 2.
Gain of 2, but yeah, Ole Miss has changed up their defense. We saw some man coverage earlier. They're going more of a zone approach on this route, or on this drive.
Now with zone it changes because you can't run the out routes in zone like you can in man. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I'm thinking some type of flood concept or something like that. Try to get some guy going deep and some guy underneath.
Bethel Roman in motion. Now going to be 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Oh, he throws the out. He's got him. So timeout, Texas A&M. That's a nice throw by Wegman. Placed that ball right where he needed to. As now they're getting closer, but they've got to start getting down the field to get into field goal range even. As on 3rd and 1. Wegman's got pressure, going to be brought down, and now Ole Miss is going to take a timeout. And on 4th down, do you punt? Do you just go Hail Mary and hope 6 seconds run off the clock?
I think you just don't take any chances here.
I think if you're A&M, you just punt it away here.
It's not really worth it. You're not going to get a score anyways. So.
No, yeah, punt away. You just got to make sure your coverage is good down the field, or they could take this punt back to the house and blow this game wide open before halftime. As White with the punt doesn't get out of bounds, as 81 has some space. That is White, the punt returner, but he is going to just do a little dance, and he's going to go down at the 27. And that will take us to halftime. Electric, what are you hearing from both the coaches as we in the locker room?
Yeah, man, and we're going to start off with Ole Miss first. I heard Ole Miss after they get that pick, and got that touchdown. They was really happy, really excited to get this ball back and try to see what they can work on and keep up this lead. And for Texas A&M, as soon as Connor threw that pick, the coach smacked him in the back of his head and told him, "I know you can do better." So, I mean, with Texas A&M, they just slowly got to get back into this game and down 2 scores. Let's hope the best.
All right, thank you, Electric. Ole Miss going to start it 1st and 10 from the 16. Boger little screen is not gonna work.
Yeah, Owens out of the backfield, especially in the passing game today, has been huge. We'll see if A&M can find an answer for that. As on
Boger is
2nd.
-6 on his speed, -10 throw on the run, so that might be something to watch with his fatigue in this game.
Oh, look, there's a quarterback change. Akpala into the game now, number 16.
Akpala looks like he's copying Chris Parson with that number. Akpala. He will step back to throw. Akpala has some space. He's going to get the 1st down.
Oh, honestly, I don't mind this decision from Ole Miss, knowing that, your freshman is dealing with some injuries. You change it up and put Akpala, another freshman, in the game, and kind of just, keep Boger, hydrated and not get injured this game and save him for the playoffs. So, you see a draw from Akpala. He's going to get to the edge, going to spin move.
Quarterbacks, they got to know that when they're running, everybody that's trying to tackle them is going to try to make them to fumble. So that's a good job by Paula to make a man miss, knowing that he's going to come in really hot off that edge.
Is A&M gonna bring their defenders forward, a little speed option, and that
is a good decision by Paula to keep it.
Pretty well there from A&M. Is if he would have pitched that, it may have been a fumble or a pick from I believe that was Sanford covering that speed option.
Good job by the Aggies to read that one. And it's now 2nd and 12. Lots of shifting coming from the defense. Otpol's going to take it up the gut. Going to fight for a couple extra yards. He's going to get it a gain 9. Now A&M has a chance to get off this field here.
If you're the Aggies, this is a must-stop 3rd down. You need to get off the field.
Yeah, I think this is 2-down territory for Ole Miss all week, though.
3rd and 3 for the Rebels.
Looks like man.
And they're going to shift out.
Zig route.
Owens burns his man. They put a linebacker on him, and they pay the price. Scooby Williams cannot keep up, and Ole Miss adds more points on the board. Once again, through the air with Owens just not... he's causing all sorts of problems for this Texas A&M Aggie defense.
Well, I mean, it's just tough to defend them out of that formation, man, because you're thinking, you know, they've done so many quarterback runs or jet sweeps, and everybody's trying to stay up and try to stop the run, and then they just burn you like that. It's tough.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard being a linebacker to guard a running back like that, especially when they're just literally just running straight down the field.
Yeah. As now Texas A&M is now in put up or shut up mode, as we like to say. You got to get points here, and you really got to get them quick if you want to stay in this game.
Yeah, we'll see if A&M kind of changes up their game plan on offense now that they're down 18 with 3:48 to go in the 3rd.
Pressure coming, and they get it to him, and that's a safety. Ole Miss tacks 2 more on. Redmond scrambles back way too far, and they get to him, and now they got to punt the ball back to him.
I think that was a screen that they were looking for, and
again, if you're Weigman, though, you just got to be aware of where you're at on the field. You can't be taking a safety like that.
Well, as we take this time out with Texas A&M, making some adjustments.
For a second. My mom needs me for a second.
Oh, okay. While we take this pause, Electric, the vibes have immaculately changed in this building. A lot of jumping and down for the red and blue. Talk to me about what Texas A&M needs to do to get back in this game.
I mean, what I think that they need to do to get back into this game is, one, you have to stop the QB runs that Ole Miss has been able to do since they switched in a new QB. Michael Boger is a bit hurt, so that's why they subbed him in. So you need to stop the QB run. You need to be able to stop the speed options, and always know that Jackson is always going to mix it up in his playbook. So just get ready for everything that's going to come to you, and you gotta get out, and that's only for defense, but for the offense, you have to spread it out more. You cannot stay in single back or ace, and you gotta spread it. You gotta go to a spread. You gotta go to a wide slot. You gotta mix it up a bit, on offense in order to beat these high level teams.
Yeah, I agree, Electric. I think this is the point where you got to spread them out and try to get some matchups down the field, some different types of route concepts, get some ins, get some outs. I'm expecting, he's up by 3 scores now. He's probably going to play a lot of cover 4, a lot of safe zone coverage. There's going to be some holes that he can take advantage of.
Yeah, I agree. I think you gotta get your playmakers involved too. Let them, make some plays and get them back into the game.
Yeah. As we see Otpala leading the charge once again, he's going to take it around the edge. Otpala once again making a name for himself here in this second half. As Michael Boger, like we said, the true freshman, he's definitely the guy to lead this offense. But Otpala is no slouch either. I'm sure that some teams would love to just tamper him and get him on their team if he's unhappy being the backup. But he's going to pitch to Owens. Owens once again in space.
Oh.
Make another man miss, and he's hit hard.
Damn.
Again, that speed option. I mean, A&M's been able to cover pretty well, but again, it was that time they went with the quarterback, and it left Owens wide open on that speed option, and almost made him pay the price and took it all the way to a touchdown.
Every time I hear Akpala, I'm thinking Akpala. Shakala. 20-inch blades on the Impala.
Akpala looking to audible, now just gonna draw right up.
And he's gonna run right again. So, another thing Ole Miss has done that's taken the game out of the Aggies' hands, they're dominating time of possession. And at the end of the day, you can't really make a comeback, as we see Boger coming back in the game. But you can't really make a comeback if you can't get the ball.
Boger had a couple of rips of the vape. He's coming back in, and he's ready to go.
As you see a drill there from Boger.
And Boger had the vape air knocked right out of him.
Say something about that. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Boger has the vape air knocked right out of his lungs on the first play he's back.
The Hennessy chat's gonna go wild for that.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm not even gonna lie. But we're gonna see some motion.
Man in motion.
And Boger gonna take it, and once again gets rocked.
It looks like he wanted to give it to 5, and then decided I'm just gonna keep it myself instead.
You gotta wonder what is Ole Miss paying Boger at this point? What is his NIL worth?
Well, he definitely has one with what is it? What's the name of the vapes?
Geek Bar?
Geek Bar. As the Geek Bar NIL. Oh, the football! And they come up on top of it. Juice Wells comes up on top of it. And things just go from bad to worse for Texas A&M.
Michael Geek Bar Boger. What a play.
As we're gonna go to Electric. Electric, do you have any information on this NIL deal that Boger potentially has with?
I was about to ask you if you had a Geek Bar.
I don't know anything about that. But what I do know is that this Texas A&M defensive coordinator is about to slowly but surely blow through the roof. He was questioning every cornerback over there. Why didn't you grab the ball? And smacked about 5 of them in the head by the time they got back on the sideline. So
abuse allegations coming out of the Texas A&M camp.
I believe I saw a clipboard being thrown on the sideline. So kind of what Lane Kiffin did a couple years ago, but I believe the clipboard has been broken by the defensive coordinator.
They are really cultish over there in College Station, so I can't say that they won't get the yell leaders after them players and maybe motivate them, if you know what I'm talking about.
Well,
but
we can't forget who the best school in the state of Mississippi is. So even though this performance has been great, you know,
shots fired there.
I'm not gonna. As Chris Paul picks it off, the user gonna try to hurdle, and Morris throws him down. But yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that. But I gotta say, looking at the Egg Bowl before I go to bed every night is pretty nice. But anyway, I'm sure that Coach Altman is going to enjoy the SEC championship trophy beside his if he's able to close this one out. And they just took a big step to doing it.
Mississippi State's been the only team to defeat Ole Miss, so maybe that lit a fire under Jackson losing the Egg Bowl.
I mean, I think we saw the same thing earlier with Kansas State. So.
Yeah.
You know, you lose rivalry week, and you come back and you win in the conference championship. So.
Yeah, shout out to Kansas beating Kansas State. Big rivalry there in the Sunflower Showdown.
Yeah. Well, as we see some shifting around, will this take us to the end of the quarter? No, it will not. We're going to run one more. And Boger keeps it on the option. Boger makes a man miss, and once again is just hit hard.
We gotta check this man for steroids.
He needs a couple reps.
Make sure he's even eligible to
play. He needs a couple reps. He's dying. Oh man, we're gonna go into the fourth quarter here. The Aggie War Band is silent, and Ole Miss is storming out front as they put Paula back in. to close this game out probably is he's going to take a, oh my goodness, they're going for blood. They are
maybe
not
for the
happy.
Aggies, maybe you just assemble the Avengers and like or Thanos and just vanish every Ole Miss player and then you just win via forfeit.
I think that the people in Starkville, Mississippi would not be upset if that was what's taking place. Is they've got a chance to get off the field here. 3rd and 12. Art Paula is crawling on the ground. Okay.
Put Boger back in.
There you see a top rushing yard from Sampson's.
Give him Boger over there ripping on his brand new gummy bear surprise. And 3rd and 12.
Oh my god.
One receiver. You just got a one that's intercepted. Davis is going to run it
Look
back.
down the sideline.
And it's just a tradition for Ole Miss to give up a pick six to a team in maroon and white. As Miles Davis is going to run it back. And Texas A&M is going to draw a little bit closer. I believe Ole Miss had one receiver out. Everybody else is blocking.
Makes us wonder. Did
I'll
Jackson
tell you
get
right now.
flashbacks to the Mississippi State game when he threw a pick six to lose.
Michael Boger's making that throw. I'm telling you right now.
You think? In triple coverage. White. We haven't seen the usual trolling, celebrating in the end zone on the kickoffs like Jackson likes to do. I wonder where that's been. Maybe he snapped them into shape after last week's loss. But so 426. The game's still not really that close, but you get a little bit closer.
Oh, here he is.
And here he is.
He's revived off a couple of rips.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And just thrown down to the ground immediately.
Pretty sure Jackson.
Oh my goodness, he is
into that Mississippi State game that he was
laughing in pain on the ground.
The vape is blinking,
Y'all
blinking at
gotta
this
stop. Berg's gonna roll to the left. He's gonna pitch it to Wells. Wells gonna get some blocks. Gonna get it 3rd and 5.
As we apologize, chat, for the for whatever we're talking about, but
we do not apologize.
Do we really apologize? In the history of HPL broadcasts, have we ever apologized?
No, we haven't. No.
As Boger gonna step back and he's gonna get sacked. So Ole Miss might punt this ball back. You think he might? This would be a fake punt. If any team in the country is gonna do it, it's Ole Miss. That's for certain. Pollock the punter. And he's actually going to
what are the odds that Jackson somehow chokes this game away in 240?
Taking a little bit of revenge. The hard hit by A.J. Brown, the cornerback, not to be confused with A.J. Brown.
Not the wide receiver of the year.
That also played at Ole Miss, that is also very overrated. As we see Connor Wegman dropping back to throw. Oh, he might have had a man, but the safety does a good job of covering it.
That was that flood concept, and everybody did a good job covering their man there.
Yeah. See Connor Wegman trying to rally the troops again. The screen pass to Owens. Can he get out of bounds? Yes, he does after a gain of 6.
And number 51 tried to catch up, but his big ass isn't going to catch up.
Wow. Okay.
Yo, I believe God got to come into play.
That's a bang. We just got to start dialogue, right? And the kick that hits Stinson reads it perfectly, and they get a pick 6 right back.
Good night, A&M. Thanks for playing. See you.
Yeah, good night, Texas A&M.
It was man coverage.
Well, actually,
on the
not
right
next
side.
year. We'll see y'all in the playoffs because they should be locked in.
A&M will be.
Oh my goodness, they do it again! The team that denied the Mississippi State Bulldogs an entry into this game off of a blocked field goal. They're going to block another one. I don't know what they've got going on special teams, but I would like to say it's... I'd like to say it's illegal.
Mississippi schools, they blocked one against the Bulldogs, and now they have one against the Rebels.
I'd like to invest the special teams unit of the Texas A&M Aggies for something, because I'm sure they're cheating somehow. As we see Wegman stepping up, throwing into double coverage, and at this point he's just killing the touchdown interception. Chris Paul inflicting punishment.
Not to be confused with point guard Chris Paul either. But
you gotta wonder if Michael Boger's coming out here.
You gotta wonder, man.
There he is. He's out on the field. Here we go.
Trying to make a statement.
We gotta make a statement on the 2025 Heisman. You know, the Kansas State user, our sideline reporter, Electric, thinks Avery Johnson is going to win the Heisman next year, even though he's not coming back to school. But Michael Boger is making a statement that next year you got to watch out for him.
Yeah, as we see rushing touchdowns this year, there's Avery Johnson atop the list, but third is the man himself, Michael Boger.
I'll tell you what, Avery Johnson had 0 rushing touchdowns against Kansas.
I believe,
wow.
Wow, shots fired there from
shots are fired from KU. Michael Boger taking some punishment again, as now he's crawling on the pain. And much like Kansas State fans felt after that game, Michael Boger's in pain. And here comes Akpala once again.
Now we're getting beef between Kansas and Kansas State, and they're not even playing in the game.
There's always beef.
This is a rivalry, man.
I think Electric's just scared. He hopes Kansas doesn't sneak into the playoffs.
Playoffs, man.
Speaking of, as Boger's going to take 4th and 7, they go for it. Kenny pulling down, he gets the first down. Michael Boger reaching for the first down.
Oh my God!
And he gets it. And they will take a QB kneel. And 43-17 is the final. Ole Miss gets the belt and puts it on A&M here. And with 12 seconds to go, I think we'll just take another knee. And maybe we'll just let the clock go out.
The Ole Miss user said that Michael Boger was hitting the silver geek bar. I'm not exactly sure what flavor that is, but
what's this? It looks like Ole Miss has been disqualified, and they're not the SEC champions anymore.
Yeah, he was hitting this. Okay, we do have confirmation from the sideline that a geek bar was hidden away on the sideline.
I wonder if that's performance enhancing. It's not. I'm not sure if it's banned by the NCAA.
If the committee is going to look into that.
But we will go to interviews here. First of all, the winning head coach of Jackson Altman. Jackson able to get the job done here, bounce back off the Egg Bowl loss last week. Where do you think you'll be sitting as Texas A&M coach leaves? He's not giving any questions. Where do you think you'll be sitting going to the playoffs? We're talking about the preparation for that.
Yeah, I think I'll probably get the 2. Obviously, 1 at the 1 seed, but disappointing loss against Mississippi State. But, yeah, tried out a new game plan today, getting the quarterbacks involved. Something to look forward to, possibly next game.
Yeah. All right. I
got a question here. Everybody's sitting here wondering. We're watching Michael Boger just put the team on his back here, and he went out for a few plays. But reports from Electric on the sideline had us saying there was some sort of substance that was being used to get him back up to snuff and get him back in the game. Can we confirm what Michael Boger's geek bar of choice is?
I don't think that was what's going on in the sideline. You remember a couple years ago in Miami, Mike McDaniel, he was just warming his hands up on the sideline.
Okay.
So I think it was just warming up, but I feel like if he did have a choice, it would be Miami Mint, but that's not what was going on in the sideline.
That's
Miami.
Miami Mint.
All right, well, Slicker Electric, do y'all have any questions?
Yeah,
Electric
you got one? Yeah, I was about to say, I do have one. Yeah, so, Ole Miss, how do we feel about the possible people that you will be playing against in the playoffs?
Yeah, I'll go check the bracket, but...
Because I'm for sure you...
Probably you
playing the second round.
Or third round, yep. Probably you in the semifinals, but... let me check. Oh, I got some type of
The formula is out there to beat Avery Johnson, so
I know it is. I've been studying for it. But
shots fired once again.
All right, so it looks like I'll probably get the 2. Play. Oh no, I would play. Wait.
Yeah, because in here it looks like you would,
I'd play
you
the
wouldn't play
6
me. I
or
think
the
Boise
11.
and...
So the 11 will probably be Hail
Boise
State.
and
I think it might be
Texas.
Hail State.
Yeah, Hail State.
It would either be me or I don't know if they're just gonna swap Kansas and Boise, but if they do
I think I'll
swap
be playing
it,
Hail State in that game.
yeah, over the 6, whoever that may be, because that will also change because I'm sure that A&M will be lower than. What do you think? That we don't know, but we'll figure that out next week after.
If that's the case, we could potentially have a part 2 of the Egg Bowl.
The Egg Bowl rematch. We'll bring the trophy and let Ole Miss fans just look at it. We'll bring the trophy around and let Ole Miss fans look at it. Actually, that's my last question. Some audio clips leaked over the weekend that has some fans very upset. You've ever since you came into this program, there's been accusations of you just being a northerner who doesn't understand the culture in Oxford, Mississippi, and there was a very similar sounding voice saying that he did not care for the Ole Miss catchphrase and the traditions that the university carried. Now, the traditions that the university carried, I completely agree with. See the 60s for that. But what about the hate for the catchphrase? You got alumni and fans very, very angry at you. Not only because they do really like the 60s and the James Meredith thing, but the catchphrase. So talk to me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, clearly, Coach I replaced Lane Kiffin. He hasn't done a very good job. He hasn't won anything. I took us to won a semifinal game my first year there. So all the Ole Miss fans can just thank me. We're changing the culture around here. We're not saying no hotty toddy. We're saying go Ole Miss. And you guys will repeat that when I win the championship.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I got one more question for you, Jackson. How do you feel that Mississippi State is unable to keep up with you in the recruiting battles across the Southeast?
Yeah, I mean they just got a head coach over there. Just Mickey Mouse wins. He doesn't really know what he's doing over there. That's why he went 6-6 last season.
Bang.
Had an easy schedule. Got to go 9-3, but yeah, a couple years when all my 5 stars are 95 overalls and all his 3 stars are 80 overalls, it'll be like 50-10.
Yeah. Well, all I gotta say is the shimmer off the golden egg was blinding me, so I really didn't see what he was saying. But we can move on from that. I'm sure that those beasts will be settled on the field as Mississippi State beats Ole Miss again in the playoff. But that will do it because, once again, the Texas A&M coach is nowhere to be found. So they might have actually taken care of him. The Colt does not like losers. But we will see what happens with this playoff bracket. We have 3 down, 1 more game to go. Oregon and Notre Dame battling out in Indianapolis for a second year in a row for the Big Ten title. As for
should be playing tomorrow.
Yes, it should be playing tomorrow.
I think they're playing around 5 tomorrow.
As for Electric, Slick, and KU, I'm Hail State signing off of the HPL YouTube channel, saying so long from Atlanta.